Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Now, I didn't plan this beautiful sunset behind me, but moments like this really makes me pause. So many times I'm here in the kitchen cooking dinner for my family, and I forget that I'm standing in front of the most spectacular view. Yes, right in my backyard. These are the little things we often take for granted, just simply beautiful. Wow. In today's video, as you can see, I'm in the kitchen. I want to show you what it looks like when I'm preparing for my videos. And of course, I love making things look pretty. I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's absolutely nothing wrong with romanticizing a space. Now, I want to ask you, my friends, and please feel free to comment below. I'm always multitasking, not just in the kitchen. It's the same in the office and around the house. Right now, I'm prepping dinner and, of course, getting ready to film this video at the same time. But I'm also cleaning some fruits I've had sitting in my countertop for the past 2 days. So while I'm cooking and getting everything done here, I'm also juggling a few things at once. Now, do you all multitask too? Just asking for a friend. Do you think that's normal? Well, lately I've been really trying to slow down. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. And learning to do one thing at a time is what I really want to focus on this year. But this has always been my nature, my friends. So it's gonna probably be a little hard for me to just do one thing at a time. So we'll see how that goes. Now, my friends, I am super proud of this accomplishment. So last year, I actually started a small herb garden, and I bought all the pots and the soils and did a little research, but you know what? It did not work. So I found that if I just plant my herbs on a smaller pot, it works for me. And not only that, I actually place it in front of my kitchen window. So I know I have to water them. Not only that, my friends, they grew so beautiful and they're just out there, and I see them in the mornings, I see them in the evenings, and I am super proud. So I'm going to be using some parsley from my herb garden. Okay, so this is one thing I am going to actually check off my list. I think I nailed it. This is almost ready. I'm just gonna put a little arrangement here, make it look pretty, my friends. And yes, don't judge, my friends. I'm gonna have me that delicious glass of wine while I cook. If you are new here, my name is Rosangel, and I love all things cooking, good vibe, entertaining, and some good wine. On today's video, I am going to show you guys how to prepare a delicious, yes, I always say this, my friends, delicious pork tenderloin with a white mustard sauce. The ingredients are easy. Don't panic. I am going to link everything on my video. So just follow along. I rarely do measurements, my friends. I will try my best to do so on this video when I put the recipes on the link. So we're going to start by drying our pork. This is very important, no water. And we're just going to go ahead and cut these in these nice little pieces, okay? Not too thick, not too thin. Now this is pretty much ready here. I am going to start seasoning the pork loin, and we're going to season on both sides. So just to name a few, we're going to be using some salt, black pepper, onion powder, and some garlic powder. Don't be shy, my friends. Let's season here to taste. I know I always say my recipes are easy, and they are. I might have a lot of ingredients, but they cook quickly. I myself need to fix quick dinners. I work for a full-time job, and I want to come home, fix a delicious meal for my family, and get to relax. And this pork tenderloin is going to cook for about 3 minutes on each side. Super quick and delicious, my friend. This is a great recipe to try. Both sides have been seasoned, and let's start cooking. We are actually gonna need a frying pan or a skillet, whatever you have available at home. I will even use a caldero if you leave me, my friends. No science here. I'm gonna be using some olive oil because I'm gonna put a little bit of oil. And what I wanna do is I wanna give these pork tenderloin a little sear. So they're gonna look nice and brown, but not for too long. We can't put this for too long, okay? 3 minutes on each side is what I'm gonna do with my pork tenderloin. I say this before and I'm going to say it again. Not all stove are the same, so just be mindful and keep a eye on your pork tenderloins. Mine's were ready to flip. Look how beautiful they look. You know, and I'm doing this voiceover and my mouth is watering because this was such a delicious recipe, my friends. Now look how pretty. This is actually ready, and this is my first batch. Actually, you don't want to overcrowd this either, okay? You want to give this a little space so they can cook evenly. Now my second batch is ready, and we're gonna now work on that delicious white mustard sauce. Super easy, my friends. I'm gonna be using the same skillet, and this is easy. This is so easy. Okay, just follow along, my friends. We're gonna add the onions. So we're gonna be using some red onions, and of course, I am going to be using some garlic as well. If you've seen my videos, you know that is my to-go ingredient always in all of my recipe, onions and garlic. I'm gonna be using some heavy cream, and I'm actually using a cup of heavy cream. And I'm gonna be using some white wine, about half a cup of white wine, okay? This is gonna give this delicious white mustard sauce such a delicious flavor. And of course, we need some mustard. And I'm using a Dijon mustard. Yes, I'm gonna be adding some red pepper flakes because you know we like it spicy here in the kitchen. We're gonna mix this nicely, and of course we're gonna also add some lemon zest, and I'm gonna also add some lemon juice. I also added a little bit salt and pepper. So this is the time to taste your sauce. Okay, remember the pork tenderloin is already cooked, so we don't want to put too much salt on this. Okay. So this is pretty much ready, my friends. This is gonna sit here. I'm just gonna give this 3 minutes. That's it, okay? And then we're just gonna put it aside, and it's going to sit before serving for a good 5 to 6 minutes. Now, my friends, wasn't this an easy recipe? And yes, I'm going to be using the juices from the pork tenderloin. This was a very super easy recipe, and if you try this, you are gonna thank me later because it's really a tasty, delicious recipe. Of course, I'm gonna put some of my homegrown beautiful parsley, and that's it, my friends. That's it. I sure hope you have enjoyed this short video, my friends, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.